As you're building out your wardrobe and developing your personal style, and you start to make those purchases with the intention of longevity, it's so important to take care of them. And so in today's video, I want to go over some easy ways to take care of your bags. These are the things that will ensure that they last as long as possible and look really great, so you can really protect your investment and get the most out of it. I'm also really excited to be working with Songmont again on this video. You know how much I love their bags. So I'm going to be using their bags to illustrate all of these points, and of course I'll link them down below. So let's get started. So the first way that you can really easily take care of your bags is to stuff them. And anytime you're not using them, keep them full of something to keep their shape. Now, typically, if you buy a really nice bag, it will come with stuffing already in it. It's tissue paper more often than not. And that's the case definitely with the Songmont bags. But let's say you have a bag that didn't come with tissue, or maybe you have an older bag and you've since discarded that tissue. You don't have to worry, you can literally go get tissue paper and just stuff it on the inside, or you can take old socks and old t-shirts, anything that's going to be soft and malleable but still allow the bag to kind of hold its form. And that's so important because as you take your bag, and especially if it has more flexible shape to it, and then it has nothing in it and it's sitting up on your shelf, it's going to flop to the side, things are going to get misshapen, and the longer that leather or faux leather stays in that shape, the more it's likely to not come out of that shape. So you'll end up with creasing and marks, and it's just not going to be the bag that you intended to buy. So stuffing it is a total game changer and really makes it last as long as possible. The next thing you can do to ensure your bags last as long as possible is wipe them down, maybe after every time you wear them or every couple times, and if nothing else, definitely when you get something on them. And it doesn't need to be fancy. You don't have to go buy anything special for this. You can use an old t-shirt that you've cut up, or just a washcloth, or some kind of gentle cloth that you have at your disposal, and then a little bit of damp water, and just gently wipe it down. This gets all the dirt off and kind of keeps the leather and the faux leather again looking fresh and everything staying pristine. And then definitely if you're out and you spill something on your bag, try to wipe it down as quickly as possible. I know for me, I like coffee and I tend to spill my coffee a lot, and coffee will definitely stain your bag, especially if you're working with a really soft leather or something in a lighter color, and I've been loving lighter bags lately. So doing this immediately as soon as you get something on it will prevent those stains from setting in and make such a big difference, because it's kind of like skincare. You want the day-to-day upkeep, and you don't really want to necessarily have to deal with problems later on. And the same goes for your bag. If you take care of them a little bit every single day, kind of like exercise a little bit every single day, you'll reap the rewards long term, and your bags are going to look that much better. My next tip to keep your bag looking as great as possible and last as long as possible is to keep them off the ground. And more importantly, try to keep them off any rough surfaces. So you can do this by hanging them. Sometimes restaurants especially will give you little hooks underneath the bar or the table that you're sitting at. You can also buy these and keep them in your bag and then hook them on the table, because I have definitely been out and about and had nowhere to put my bag, so I've sat maybe at an outdoor table with my bag in my lap because I'd rather that than put it on the ground. But then also what you can do is look for bags that have little feet. Songmont bags have these built in, especially those with a little bit more structure, and I love this feature because then you don't feel quite as guilty and it's one step of barrier added. I really love this touch. I think it ties the whole bag together. It's a nice little flash of that metal cohesiveness, and again goes to one step further to keeping your bag nice and protected for as long as possible. My next tip is to treat the leather of your bag every so often with a leather conditioner. So in addition to wiping off your bag every couple times and definitely removing any marks that get on them, you can condition your bag and condition the leather with a leather conditioner. And this goes really far in just keeping everything nice and soft, because the last thing you want when you're dealing with leather, especially authentic real animal leather, is for it to crack. And as it dries out, it will crack, kind of like your skin. You need to moisturize your skin so it doesn't feel tight and dry. Same thing with leather. So you need to condition it so that it can stay nice and fluid and keep its shape and move with you as you wear it and doesn't get that fraying and that cracking. It's again one step that takes maybe 20 minutes out of your time and does so much for the longevity of your bag. My next tip is to stay on top of repairs as you need them for your bag. So as things come undone, as leather comes undone, as zippers break and things like that just are naturally going to happen over the lifetime of a bag, and especially if you use it a lot, going to your local cobbler, they can repair that for you and allow you to still use that bag and stretch the life of that bag. And then if they can't do it themselves, they can refer you to someone who can. And again, it just speaks to this longevity. If if you purchase something with the intention of having it for a long time, taking care of it along that process is going to ensure that it can give you as much of its life as possible. So it doesn't need to be retired just because of a little damage. You can more often than not repair that damage and keep it looking basically brand new for a really long time. And my last tip is that Suede needs a little extra TLC. So in addition to just the general maintenance of not putting it on the ground and trying to keeping up on top of damage and stuff like that, and stuffing the Suede bags, it's also really important before you wear your Suede bag to spray it with a Suede protector. And this is going to do a lot in protecting the overall quality of that Suede. Suede is really gentle and really delicate, and you don't want it to get water on it because it will ruin it almost immediately. So by spraying it with a Suede protector, you can again protect it from the rain and the water and any spills that might happen. And then also it's really nice with Suede, if you get a scuff, because it's inevitable with your bag, you're gonna wear it and knock it against things, you can buff that out really gently with a really small brush. And doing that, in addition to all of the things that I mentioned earlier, are gonna keep those beautiful Suede bags looking luxurious and gorgeous for a very, very long time. So those are my tips for taking care of your bags. I hope that these are easy for you to start implementing into your routines. The more you can do a little bit every now and then to upkeep your wardrobe, the better it is. And I've been very happy every time I've taken that time. So I hope that you can start doing that with your bags and get the most out of them. I'm gonna link every bag that I styled in the description box down below. Thank you, of course, to Songmont for sponsoring today's video, and thank you for watching it. And I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.